Hello students, so today I am going to show you how to perform suspension polymerization of styrene. So before I show you how to perform the suspension polymerization of styrene, I will show you the reaction setup. Now this is a reactor which is kept in water bath. So this is water bath. This water bath can be heated and you can see that there are three necks to this reactor, and this reactor has one thermowell, or you can put the thermometer in this pocket. I will just show you how it looks from outside. So it looks like this, okay, and then this is a stirrer here, stirrer rod. So this rotates and this is attached to a motor, and the third one is condenser, and this condenser is having water in it, and we can cool the vapors of this reaction during this process. Now, before I start this experiment, I will show you what are the ingredients. Now, this is styrene monomer, this is calcium carbonate, this is polyvinyl alcohol, and this is benzoyl peroxide. So, before I add these chemicals in the reactor, I will just tell you the role of various ingredients. Benzoyl peroxide is an initiator. Polyvinyl alcohol increases the viscosity of the reaction medium and it keeps droplets away from each other. Calcium carbonate works as a nucleating agent. It helps the droplet to form on it, and then this is the reaction procedure, and these are various glassware that are required to conduct this experiment. Now I will show you how to perform this experiment. To start with, now what I will do is, I will charge this reactor with water. As per the procedure, we need 140 ml of water. I have already measured that water. I will put this funnel here, and now I will add 140 ml of water to it. So I am adding 140 ml of water in this reactor. You have to add it slowly. Don't allow it to spill outside anywhere. Okay, now I have added this deionized water, and then I will close this opening. I am supposed to add 4 grams of polyvinyl alcohol. As I said, polyvinyl alcohol, it acts as a protective colloid. It thickens the reaction mixture so that viscosity increases and the droplets will not come close to each other. Then after doing this, I will be starting this motor. Motor is started, and now this polyvinyl alcohol will get dissolved. Now I am going to add calcium carbonate to it. So while adding, I will again make use of this powder funnel, and I will put this calcium carbonate into this funnel, and I will add a little quantity of water so that all calcium carbonate goes into the reactor. Okay, now I will continue heating and stirring for some time. You can observe that the mixture inside the reactor, it is looking milky white. I will allow it to stir for some time, and after some time, when all polyvinyl alcohol and calcium carbonate is mixed uniformly, I will stop stirring, and then I will be adding monomer into it. Now I have taken 60 ml of styrene monomer into this beaker. This styrene is inhibitor free. It has been washed with NaOH solution earlier, and it is dried by using calcium chloride. Now this 60 ml of styrene monomer will be added into this reactor. So I am adding it slowly. Monomer was already mixed with about 1.5% of initiator, that is benzoyl peroxide. So I have already mixed it, I have already added it into the reactor. That means now this reactor has 140 ml of water, 60 ml of monomer, then around 4 grams of polyvinyl alcohol, and about 2 grams of calcium carbonate and benzyl peroxide is 1.5%. Now I am going to continue this heating and stirring for 4.5 hours. Okay, so I have stirred this at 85 degrees centigrade for 4.5 hours, and then for next half an hour, that is total 5 hours, I have done it at 90 degrees centigrade. So the time is over. Now polymerization has taken place. One important thing while doing this practical is that since this is suspension polymerization, actually beads are formed during the reaction. Your stirring should never be stopped. If it is stopped, those beads will come close to each other and they will form a mass. So stirring has to be continued throughout the polymerization. Another important thing is that when you stir it, rate of stirring has to be constant. If the rate of stirring is changed, the size of bead will be affected. If you stir it at very high speed, bead size is smaller. Okay, so you have to control the stirring speed. Now our reaction time is over. I have carried out this reaction for 4.5 hours at 85 degrees centigrade, and then next half an hour for 90 degrees centigrade. Now I will add 50 ml of 2 normal HCl into this, and again making use of this powder funnel because this has a proper joint, so I can put this very comfortably, and then I will add this 2 normal HCl into this reactor. Now the purpose of adding 2 normal HCl into this reactor is to neutralize calcium carbonate that has been added, to dissolve it. Now what will happen is calcium carbonate, whatever is present inside the reactor, that will get dissolved and will get the pure product. Of course that pure product has to be filtered, and then I will show you the product also. So now I have removed that reactor from the setup, and now this reactor is cooled. Now that's why I can hold it also. Now you can see that this is somewhat whitish product here, and you can see some beads are formed inside. Now I will have to clean this. I will have to filter this, and after filtration I can show you the beads. So how to filter? I will be using this Buchner funnel for filtration purpose. So normal filter paper can be used, and you can just pour this content. You can see that some white product is formed, and that product I am filtering. After filtration I will also wash it and finally dry it, and after drying I will show you the product. So it will take some time for filtration. Okay, so here you can see that beads are formed, that you can see, and now filtration process is still going on. So you can see that that liquid is coming out. It will take some time. So I will allow everything to get filtered and then wash it 2-3 times with water, deionized water, and then I will dry this product and I will show you how it looks. Okay, we have got the final product, and you can see that these beads are formed. You can just have a look at these beads. This is how they look. So this is our suspension product. So I will take this and show you in separate petri dish. You can see these beads here, very fine, different size beads are there. This size, as I said, depends upon the rate of stirring. If stirring is not uniform, then you will get different size of beads. So this is how they look. So here we finish suspension polymerization.